Hey everyone, welcome back to Astro Week. Who's hot this week? Horoscopes for the week of May 15th to May 21st, 2017. That are right for the Echo newspapers, good old supernatural Kamloops, BC. Hey everyone, I'm Sonny. Alright, let's get down to it. These horoscopes here are specifically for Virgo. Here we go, Virgo. Dear Virgo, it's never too... I'm writing everything on the computer now. Dear Virgo, it's never too late to adjust the plan and right the ship. Reevaluate your destinations and correct accordingly. Joint finances continue to shine, but foreign shores are calling for an adventure. It's time to plan a holiday. Foreign shores, Virgo? Let's see what's going on. Virgo. Alright. Well, Virgo, money continues to be strong. I mean, it's moving back. Jupiter's retrograde, but like, whatever. Venus is there for joint finances. Money is strong right now. Money's always been strong all year, so none of that's a problem or a concern. For the week, oh man, I'm eating all this popcorn. Okay, for the week, we have the emphasis is going to be on your habits and planning and your health. So Virgo, take care of your health this week. Make sure you don't get a cold. Do what you got to do to stay fit. It's springtime, right? Summer's almost here. So it's almost, it's almost bikini weather. And Virgo, as much as you like to be Virgo, like, we all know the real deal here. So like, it's bikini weather. Get yourself in shape, Virgo. It's not so weird and it's not so difficult because Virgo's a fit sign to begin with. Or I think, well, many of the Virgos I know they're fit guys. Anyways, so that's the deal with that. So, you are very frisky right now. You, Virgo, you're attracting partners sexually, which is kind of fun if you're a Virgo and you're into that kind of thing. The relationships are dreamy, but that's not a big deal, neither here nor there. There are illusions in relationships, which isn't really the greatest things to hear, but it's kind of the way it is and the way it's going to be for the next little while. So, like, you just got to deal with it and, by all means, enjoy the illusion and enjoy the ride, like I think so. I mean, I love it. You guys get weird about it, but I love it. Anyways, so that's what's going on. The spotlight is on foreign shores. Higher learning, spirituality, maybe going to university or something, taking a course, expanding your framework of knowledge, which is always a good thing. And so that's where the spotlight is. And you might be thinking about going on a vacation, you might be planning a vacation, and something might be happening at a distance. There's a lot of big picture kind of stuff that's going on right now. I'll say it again. Big picture kind of stuff, Virgo. But like, that's neither here nor there, because just because we're all looking at it right now, or everybody's looking at it, doesn't mean that's where any energy is going. You're just looking at it. But shortly, you're going to want to go there to a foreign shore. You're going to want to travel because that's where luck and love will be calling you. That's where you're going to find your fortune. So, now's the time to look at it, and then shortly you will attract from there. Or you might attract someone exotic, someone different from yourself. Not yet, and not like next week, but coming up down the road. What else? You're fighting and biting heads in the public spotlight, right? So be cool. When you're out, try not to road rage. You might get in an accident, but it's more than likely people are going to come up and be like, hey man, what's going on? It's like, be very cool about that. And it's very public. Like here on the channel, some Virgos were throwing stones at me, so, I let them have it, and I could go on and on and on about some of the absolute stupid things and messages I get from the dumbest people on the planet. But and they just happen to be, no offense, Virgos. But at the same time, some of the smartest people I know are Virgos. So everybody within the sign is different and it's all up to you. But right now, some of the things you're doing is being noticed publicly, and a lot of the stuff you're doing that's painting yourself in an off color is happening publicly. You may think that it's behind the scenes, because I know Virgo likes to nitpick behind the scenes, right? You're kind of a backstabby kind of sign. So but know and trust that that's not what's happening. It's going to go very public. So be very, if you're going to voice your displeasure at something, I have no idea why you would take anything personally. But if you do, and you're going to voice your displeasure, know that it's going to become public, and you're the one who's going to look really bad during this cycle. It's all going to change. Right now you're going to, if you do that, you're going to look bad, you're going to come off bad, you're going to lose the public fight. In the next cycle, there's going to be a spotlight there on what's going on, and then in the 3 cycles from now, you're going to be attracting publicly. But all I have to say is, karma is karma, and The fight, that's where the fight is, you know? But you don't have to engage in anything you don't want to engage, you know? Just turn the channel and no one should care. And that's the action, Virgo. It's not really a big deal. It's not good or bad. Just know in advance right now that you're still in a money cycle. You're going to be in this money cycle for the rest of the year, so it's absolutely fantastic. Keep pushing the, you know, the finances. You know, stuff's going to be uncovered in your love life. You might find out something about your partner you didn't know. You know, they might find out something about you didn't know. This week in particular is a week to really focus on your plan and working your plan. Make sure you check your health, right? Virgos can get very sick right now, so be careful about that. And above all, don't burn any bridges, because it is going to come back to haunt you. And that's the action. Thanks, and that's the action on Virgo's horoscope for the week. Thanks for dropping by, everyone. I hope everyone has an absolutely fun, fantastic week. Just reminding everyone that I have created a Patreon account if you want to help support the channel financially. The kids are coming in, right? And I also putting a PayPal donation button or donation link in the description box below in case you want to give a one-time donation instead of signing up with Patreon. It was recommended by some of our viewers, by Audrey and Rebecca, so we're gonna, you know, so I'm gonna do that. And there's also an Amazon.com wish list in there if you want to support the channel through that kind of stuff. And that's the action from the sunny side. I'm gonna say more in the weekend horoscopes, of course. And that's the action from the sunnyside.net. I'm Sonny, wishing all the Virgos out there the absolute best of a beautiful week. Be careful when you're out in the public, and I'll see you soon.